Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Hey, Devin. Hey, Violet. Hey, Mackie. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Sydney. Good morning, Sam. How's everybody doing this morning? Good morning. Hey, Sydney. Good morning. Hey, Kaya. All right. Let's see who's in today. So, hey, Vivian. Good morning. Hi, Ira. Hey, Jade. Good morning. All right, everybody. So what I need you guys to do, we're gonna, I'll take roll. Hey, Emma. Hey, Badge. Good morning. All right, guys. So what I need you guys to do as you guys start logging in, your parents should have given you the list of your supplies that you need. It's pretty easy. You need some paper to draw with, white paper. You need a pencil. So I have my sketch pad here, my watercolor mixed media paper, so you can grab a couple sheets or grab at least 2 sheets. We're gonna draw at least 2 things today. Maybe one if you wanna just keep one. You need a pencil to draw with. You also need your watercolors. So make sure you have some type or something to color with. Your watercolors, this is watercolor class. And we need some brushes. So if you have any brushes, any size brushes will do. And you also need a cup with some water. So at least put half a cup of water. So then that way you're ready to do watercolors, okay? Let's see, go ahead and unmute yourselves. Since it's a smaller class, you can unmute yourselves right now. Go ahead and unmute yourselves.
Okay, hi.
Hi. Hey, Mackie. Good morning. Hi, Go ahead and start the video.
We need pencil. We need a pencil.
Does everyone have color palettes? What you also need. All right. You're also gonna need a pair of scissors if you have a pair of scissors and a glue stick or tape. Okay. If you have a glue stick, let me know if you don't have any of these items. It's not 100% necessary, but if you do, this we'll do another technique with the glue stick, with the scissor and the tape. Okay. All right, any type of glue. So I have Elmer's glue, this type of glue, or I have a glue stick as well. So either works, okay? Because we'll cut something up and create that, all right? Okay, do you all have your paper? Thumbs up if you have your paper. Okay, great. Thumbs up if you have your pencil. Okay, perfect. All right, I'm gonna start drawing a top view. I'm just gonna log in from my phone. So when I talk, you're gonna see me right now this way, but I'm gonna log into my cell phone, and you're gonna see top view. So you're gonna see my hands drawing, okay? So hold on one second. All right, here we go. Make sure you have your cup of, does everybody have their cup of water and their brush ready to go? Okay, perfect. All right, here we go. And let me log in, my phone here. If you guys have any questions, please make sure that you guys can unmute yourselves anytime to ask me any questions. If I'm going a little,
I don't have my cup of water yet.
Okay, no problem, don't worry. We're gonna draw out first, so don't worry. I'll give you time to get your water, okay? Just logging in through my phone. Okay, great. I have this little device here. Okay, let me make sure I can see my phone. There we go. I'm gonna spotlight this so you guys can make sure you see this right. All right, great. All right, guys. We're gonna start with drawing a bird today, and then we're gonna do another character, okay? How many of you guys have ever owned a bird before? Isla, go ahead and unmute yourself. What type of bird have you owned?
I haven't ever owned a bird, but I have a bunny instead.
Oh.
Which is why, because the rabbit will chase the bird around the house, which would not be very fun.
Okay. Anybody else have a bird or have seen a bird?
My grandpa has bird feeders, and I always see lots of different types of birds. There's these things called mourning doves. There's these 2 big doves that come into their backyard every morning.
Oh, cool.
And blue jays like their backyard too.
Nice.
It's a pet parakeet.
Oh, pet parakeet? Who said that?
Violet.
Hey, Violet. Awesome. What color is your parakeet?
But not anymore.
What color is your parakeet?
Oh, well, one was yellow, one was blue. Now I only have a blue.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Cleo, go ahead.
I have not actually owned a bird, but I've had a friend who owns 2 parakeets, one dark purple and one blue. Oh. And I've had them both land on my finger and head.
Oh, that's cool. All right. Anybody else? Anybody else want to share a little bird story? Go ahead, Declan. Go ahead.
Well, we have a family of mourning doves who come here each spring and lay their eggs on the bottom of our back porch up on the second floor, and we usually when we look out the back door, we usually see Mama Birdie sitting in her nest. And then when we're eating breakfast, she usually turns her head at us like, hmm?
Oh, okay, cool. Vivian, did you have a question? You can turn on your video so we can see you. Vivian, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Well, we think that there are like 2 doves nestling like above our mailbox.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, they're always on like above the door, like on this like wood beam thingy.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you for sharing. All right, guys, we're going to jump in. We're going to get started. I'm going to mute everybody. I'm going to spotlight my hands. Again, at any time, if I'm going a little too fast, please just go ahead and unmute yourself and let me know, okay? So we're going to go ahead and we're actually going to do our paper landscape instead of portrait this time. So landscape is the long way. So then that way, we're going to try to fit 2 birds on 1 sheet of paper, okay? And then we're going to paint it. All right, I'm going to show you exactly. So this is the type of bird we're going to do. We're going to do 2 of them. So we're going to do this bird first. He's pretty cute. And then we're going to do this bird next to it. And we're going to have them sitting in a branch, kind of like this bird up here. Okay. So we're going to modify this. Okay. You can make your birds whatever color you want, but we're going to start off with the first bird. Okay. So here we go. All right, guys, so on the left side of your piece of paper, you're gonna take your pencil. We're gonna go step by step. Again, if I'm going too fast, please just let me know. All right, guys, so we're gonna start with the top of its head. As you can see, the top of its head is kind of like a rainbow shape or like an arch. And again, when we draw, we're basically using basic shapes, okay? So all you're doing is an arch for the head, okay? So go ahead and start with that. It could be a small arch, a big arch, depending on how big you want your bird to take up space on your paper, okay? Is everybody good with this arch for the head? Thumbs up if you're good with this arch. Okay, hey Chelsea, good morning. Hi guys. Those of you guys who are just joining us, we're doing a watercolor project. We're doing 2 birds to begin with, okay? So we just started with the arch of its head. Okay. Yes, Isla. Go ahead.
The bird is gone. On the phone, the bird's gone.
Oh, yeah, I know. Don't worry. Okay.
Because I want to see it.
Okay. So here we go. So now that we have the arch of the bird, we're going to start going for the wings. Okay. So we're just going to do a little bump that goes this way, a little bump that goes this way, and then we're going to do a bump that goes this way. So it's kind of looks like it's belly, but it isn't. It's part of the wings. Okay. And you don't have to make them that wide. Like, let's say you want a little thinner bird, you can make them a little closer in, but it's up to you, okay? You're gonna figure out how you want this to look like, all right? So you can take these lines all the way down there. We're not gonna make him very long because he's a cute little tiny bird, okay? And once you have those two arches, it's basically, it looks like a letter C again, and a backwards letter C going this way. And then you need to curve your line on the bottom. So your line is just gonna go a little bit curved like this. And we're gonna have him sitting on a branch, but not yet, okay? So you can just curve it like that. Let's see, how's everybody doing over here with his little body and his bottom of his, okay, great. Good. How are you doing, Jade? Good, okay. How are you doing, Kaya? Doing good? Thumbs up, great. Okay. Mackie, how are you doing, honey? Good, okay. All right, guys. So we're gonna move on now to, now that we have his head, his arch, we have his side for his body, and we have the bottom of his body here. We're going to add his little feet here. So we're just gonna do like little, almost kind of like ovals, but you can make them a little bit pointy. So then that way it looks like it's grabbing. So like a little point at the edge. So it looks like an arch on the top and then just like a little point, almost like an upside down teardrop, okay? You're gonna do one here on this side, and then you're gonna do another one on this side, okay? Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome, Chelsea. Okay. Whatever we're gonna do to the left, to the right side, we're gonna do to the left because it has two sets, okay? Here we go. We're gonna do another arch on the top, curves down with a point. Again, same thing, arch on the top here. And do you see how, for this one right here, the little claws are overlapping within this line. So I'm just gonna take my eraser and erase that line that overlaps because I don't want it to overlap in there. I could have drawn it a little lower, but it's okay. That's why we work with pencil first. So then that way we can erase lines, okay? So he doesn't look quite like a bird yet, but he'll look like a bird in a second. Okay, so what else do we need for our bird? Like, what are the details of a bird? Can anybody tell me? What does a bird have? Jade?
The beak.
The beak. What else? Chelsea says, Chelsea says tails and feathers. That's right. So we need the tail and the feathers.
Eyes.
Okay, the eyes. Yes, the beak is right. Beak is very important. Okay, so once we have the shape of our bird here like this, once we have the head, once we have the body, we laid out the foundation of the bird. Now we need to do the tail, the beak, the eyes, and the side feathers here. So in order to create the feathers here, all you're going to do, you see on the left-hand side right here, all you're going to do is you're going to create a line that goes like this, like that, just to create a feather line. And then you're going to create one line that just goes right here like this, okay? For this one, you can add the bottom of its feathers, like you can add another line here and you can cut this line so then that way it looks a little bit more detailed. You can even do the same thing with the top part, or you can just keep it like that because you can do detail with color, with watercolors once we start coloring this in, okay? Now its tail, you can choose to do the same tail that is in this picture, which is just two little lines, or you can choose to do three. I'm gonna keep it the same way as the picture. So basically these are two triangles connecting together. I'm just gonna do one triangle first. So I'm gonna do a big triangle that goes under. Do you see where the little claws are here on the bottom? I'm gonna start past the first claw on the left and make a line that looks almost like a triangle that's curved a little bit. Okay, just a line here that curves down. And then when I go to the second set of claws right here, I'm gonna go underneath that one and I'm gonna make a line that curves in like this, okay? So right now it kind of looks only like one tail, right? It looks like one big fat tail, but I don't want just one tail. So I'm gonna do a line in the center and divide it so then that way I can have two tails, okay? All right, So once you have this, and it's basically a triangle shaped, and you're going to just cut a little line in the center. Now these two tails are even. If I wanted to make one longer than the other, all you have to do is curve this second line here up a little bit, curve it a little bit, just like that, and then erase a little line here. So then one is bigger than the other, okay? Do you see that? So you can do that or you can keep it like that. Isla, looking good. Look at you. Hold on, let me spotlight you for a second. Isla, you already went for it.
I took a run.
You took a run for it. You're like, I'm out of here. I'm doing it.
I'm out of here. And I gave him a little tuft of hair to make him look like a boy.
I love it.
I think it looks adorable.
That looks great. Hey, all of you guys will go on your own pace. I'm going step by step to make sure that everybody catches along, okay? You can go ahead and start ink. You can ink your piece. Isla, let me see yours again real quick. Show it up. So Isla has already, she's gone for it. She's like, whoo, she's like super fast with her drawing skills here. So Isla, if you want, you could also like ink it with a Sharpie if you have that. And you can watercolor it, or you can watercolor first and then ink it after, okay?
I think I'll ink it first.
Okay, great. Awesome. Okay, here we go. So let's go back to my hands here. And hold on one second. All right.
Elizabeth?
Yes.
We're a little behind. Can you give us
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Don't worry.
We can't pin your screen though. We can't see your drawing.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I'm gonna try again here. I'm pinning the screen. Yeah. Here we go.
Manual.
All right. Ready? Okay. So we have his head, we have his body, we have its feathers, we have its feet. Okay. So all we need to do now is, what do we need to do? We have his eyes left and we have its beak left. Okay. So I'm gonna keep this right here. We need 2 little circles for its face, for its eyes, and then we need its beak, which is basically a little fat triangle. Okay. So all you're gonna do is you're gonna try to find where the center of its face is, right here on the top, and you're gonna do a little triangle. If you wanna turn your paper upside down to do a correct triangle, you can, or you can just follow along this way. Okay, you'll do a little curved line, and it's not like a pointy triangle, it's almost like curved on the sides, okay? And that's its little beak, and then you have its 2 little round eyes. You can either choose to make its eyes really big, or you can make its eyes small, okay? That's up to you. If you make them really big, it kind of looks almost like an anime style bird, and like an anime manga type of bird. If you do them small, then you'll keep it like this, okay? And then you'll ink your bird, and then I'll show you how to color it in and paint it in, where you can do an ombre effect, which is light to dark or dark to light.
What does it mean to ink it?
I can really see your eyes.
Okay.
Elizabeth, what does it mean to ink it?
Ink it means to just trace it over with a marker. So do you see the eyes? It's just 2 little circles and the dots, okay, inside the eyes. Here, I'm gonna hold that one up a little bit. Do you see that one? Okay. So once you have that one, we're gonna start doing another bird on the right-hand side, its little front, and then we'll do the branch that it sits on, okay? How are you guys doing with this bird? Are we good with this bird? Let's see. Give me a thumbs up when you're ready to move on to the second bird. Thumbs up if you're ready to move on to the second bird. Okay. If you want to start painting now, you can. I can show you how to paint the first bird, and then we can move on to the second bird, or we can just paint the second bird. I mean, draw the second bird first, and then we can paint. Okay.
Draw the second bird first.
How many of you guys would like to draw the second bird first? Raise your hand, and then paint. Okay. How many of you guys would like to do the painting first? Raise your hand. Okay. Let's do this. It looks like it's half and half. Hold on one second. It looks like it's half and half. So it's gonna be, if you have to keep your paper super dry if you're going to paint, but I'll show you. Hold on one second. So I'll give some people some time to draw. Let's go with the painting. Hold on. I'm just gonna show you this real quick. All right, if we're painting the bird right now, if we're painting the bird, here we go. I'm going to show you, I'm gonna get my cup of water. I'm gonna get my cup of water and my brush. So watch what I'm gonna do. If I start painting, and I gotta be really careful because I'm left-handed, so, and I don't want this to smear. I'm gonna really saturate my brush here. Here's my palette. Hold on, let me move this over so you can see. You see my palette right here with paint? Okay. I'm gonna really saturate my brush with water. And you see what I'm doing with my palette here? I'm really digging in here, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and actually what I like to do, I like to outline my bird first when I do this with marker, only because I feel like it looks better. And you can just watch right now, and then we'll move on to the next bird on the paper. Okay. All right. And then I usually erase my pencil lines. Okay. But I'll show you for those of you guys who are just doing the one bird, so you guys can move on to this, and then we'll move on to the other. Okay.
Elizabeth?
Yes.
What kind of like marker or outliner do you use for the bird?
So what I basically use a Sharpie. I use a permanent marker.
Okay.
If you use a Crayola marker, the washable, what tends to happen, it'll smear, which is fine, but it won't smear too much, but it will smear. If you have any type of permanent marker, that would be best. If you don't, go ahead and use a Crayola marker.
I have a kind of pen, and I don't know if it'll work. It's like an art pen. It's Micron.
Yes, those should work. Test it on a little corner. Draw a line, and then add water to it and see if it smears. Let it sit for a second or so, or 2 seconds, and then go over it with a little bit of water and check. Those are amazing markers. So those are expensive markers. So those should work. Okay, Vivian, go ahead, honey. You can unmute yourself.
Does it have to be like yellow, green?
No. It could be any color you want. Look, so I'm gonna show you, okay? So pick your colors. You're not doing it exactly how this bird is, okay? But watch. This is what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna start with the yellow. I'm gonna do it kind of like the example. So I'm gonna just get a little bit of yellow, and I'm gonna do the top. Do you see how I'm just adding a little bit of yellow here? Just like this, okay? Okay, my paint is still wet. But now I want to add some orange. So I'm going to dip my brush in water, get a little bit of orange, okay? And I'm just going to go ahead and go on it, right above it. So I'm going to try to kind of like, I'm almost kind of like mixing it in with the yellow. Do you see that? And I'm just going to go over the yellow, just like this, and just kind of mixing it in. I'm just mixing my colors in. And if I want it to be a brighter orange, guys, I'll just load my brush. When I mean load my brush, I mean take my brush and dip it again in the paint palette and really load it with more color. Do you see how it's getting more vibrant? Vibrant means really bright, because I don't want my colors to be dull, okay? I really want it to just be bright, okay? And from here, do you see how it's a lighter orange here? I could add a little bit more yellow to the center here and maybe just change the tone a little bit. And then I can go to green. So when I go to green, the thing is, like with an ombre effect, you want to make sure that your colors don't look like there's a line that kind of separates it. So you're kind of moving your brush like this, look. You're kind of just moving your brush like this, okay? Like almost like in circles, like in a circular motion. So then that way you don't see a straight line that you just cuts like this, okay? And let's say I wanted to add a little darker green. I'm just gonna go in, dip my brush in water again, dip it again, and then just do a circular motion. So then that way it looks like it's transitioning. Do you see that? It's not looking like it's straight just one color to the next. And now I'm taking a darker shade of green and just, do you see how it's going from light to dark? Do you guys see that? Go ahead, Isla. Go ahead.
Can you show us the picture of the other bird?
Oh yeah.
Of the other one we're drawing?
Yes, I'm gonna go to that bird next. Okay, so I'm just gonna paint this real quick and then we're gonna move on to the next bird. But do you see that? I'll go over this again. Okay. And I'm just gonna do a couple 2 tones of bird color right there. And we're gonna go a little orange beak here. And you can, again, you can change the colors that you want. It doesn't have to look like this. Even if you wanted to put some hair on this one, like let's say I wanted to add some hair to this one just to give it more character, I could.
Your video is off.
Oh, video's off? What happened? Hold on, stand by. Okay. Oh no, I got disconnected. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry, technical difficulties here. This always happens, but hey, that's life. Okay, hold on 1 second. Sorry, guys. If we need to go over a little bit for time, we will. Don't worry.
Hi. What are you guys drawing?
Hey, we're drawing 2 birds. And
Ooh, cute.
My camera just went out, but this is what happens. So
that's okay.
We're
patient.
Right, here we go. We are patient. Look at, so we're showing them a little ombre effect type of style. Here we go. All right, that's better.
Ooh, cute.
So I'm gonna do you see what I just did? I'm just gonna add a cute little cute little hair there, and I'm gonna give it maybe like a purple, like ombre effect. So I'm gonna do purple here, maybe a little bit of red here, maybe a little red. Let me see.
I love how you blended the colors.
I just put the colors over each other and just kind of blend. So yeah, so that's the first bird. Okay, guys. So if you're ahead, then you'll get to that. Okay. If not, we're gonna move on to the next bird. Vivian, do you have another question, honey? Go ahead. Go ahead, sweetheart. Vivian, no?
No, I forgot to lower the hands.
Okay, no problem. All right, guys, we're gonna move on to our other bird. It needs a friend, okay? And you can name these friends. All right, here's our other little bird. It has a little curly cue for its hair. This one needed a little bit more character, so that's why I put the little hair. All right, so on this side here, we can either have them sitting right next to each other, all close up like little best friends, or you can give this bird a little bit of space, okay? So same thing, I'm gonna probably give it maybe just a tiny bit of space. I'm gonna keep just a little distance. Maybe I'll do maybe 2 finger spaces for a distance. Other than that, though, they're gonna sit pretty close. So I'm gonna do the top of its head. The top of his head is gonna be, again, same shape, an arch, okay? Same shape, arch, rainbow, just like that, okay? For the top of its head. It can be bigger, it can be smaller. I'm just gonna widen this up a little bit. I'm gonna erase my line. Again, the great thing about starting with pencil first is that you can erase anything that you don't like. Sometimes as artists, we look at something and we're like, sometimes as artists, we look at something and we're like, oh, you know what? I wanna change this up. I don't quite like the way this looks. Let me change it up. And we can if we're using pencil, but if we're using marker, it's a little bit hard to modify. Okay, so once you have the arch for the head, we're gonna do its body. So its body is gonna curve a little bit out like this. Look, it's like, again, like the letter C, kind of curves out a little bit like this, but you're gonna keep the line going all the way here. So it's kind of almost like that, okay? And then we're gonna attach that line here to this line here in a second. So at least get the arch for the head. We're gonna do, it's almost like a letter C, like if you angle it, it's like a letter C going whoop, like that, with a long C at the end like that, okay? Once you have the head that's arched like this, like a rainbow, and then you have its body, you're going to, you see this part of the head that's over here and this part right here, we're just gonna attach it. So we're gonna curve this in a little bit and just attach it. It's kind of look like a duck in a second, look. So you're just gonna arch this down a little bit like that. It kind of looks like a silhouette of a duck right now. I'm gonna erase this line a little bit. I'm gonna curve the head a little bit just to give it a little bit more character, okay? So it kind of looks like a rubber ducky. Okay, so now here, you see this is where its wing is. So we're going to curve a little line. It's kind of like almost like a smiley face that goes like this, right? It looks like a smiley face that looks like that. And then we're gonna curve this in up all the way right there, okay? Just like that. And we need its little bottom feathers right here. So we're just gonna create a little line. Once we have this little happy face, this little U shape, happy face, U shape, whatever you wanna call it, we're gonna create a straight line, diagonal line that goes this way. And then we create a little line in the center, okay? Now, if you wanna give it a little bit more character here, you can curve the feather a little bit just so it gives it a little bit more dimension, okay? And I don't know if you noticed in this bird has a little heart in its chest. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna add a little heart in its chest. It could be as big as you want or as small as you want, okay? So how do you do a heart? You can do a candy cane this way like this, or you could do a dot here and a dot here in the center, and then you just curve it and connect, okay? And then do the same thing here on this side. You could design it however you want. It doesn't have to be this design, okay, guys? You could do whatever you like. It's your art. I'm never gonna tell you have to do something exactly the way it is, okay? That's a great thing about art. So now, once you have its heart for its chest, if you wanna do the heart, what's missing on the left side? So we have one wing here, but what do we need on the other side, on the left side? We need another wing, okay? So because it's sitting the way it's sitting on the side, you don't really see the other wing. So you just need a little tiny bump that goes this way like this, just a tiny one, just a skinny one, just so you see part of the wing, okay? Like if you look at yourself right now in the camera and you were to move your body to the side, go ahead and do that. If you move your body to the side, you'll see that you don't see your full arm. You'll see that you only see part of your arm, okay? That's the same thing. All right, so once we have its little body here, we're going to go ahead and do its little feet. So we need little feet right here. These are not as pointy, these are a little round, so you can do just little U's. So one U here and a one U here, okay? So the letter U, you're basically doing two little letter U's. If you want them pointy like our other friend next to it, you can do them pointy. It's up to you. I'm gonna go with the reference picture. And then we're gonna do another little U here on the other side and another little U here, okay? So there are 4 U's, one U here, that are attaching to each other, okay? How are we doing over here? Let's see, hold yours up so I can see. If yours is wet, don't pick it up. Oh, cute, Emma, great job. Love it, okay. Looking good, guys. All right, so next, we're gonna go ahead and start with its tails and then we're gonna move on to its face, okay? So its tail, her tail has 3 feathers and we're gonna do it like this. So we're gonna do a line that curves up like this. It's kind of like a happy face, okay? Kind of like a happy face smile first, just the one line first, okay? And then we have to create a line that goes arches down and then straight. Okay, kind of looks like a slice of orange or like teeth, like if we were to add the Cheshire Cat's smile. You guys know the Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland. And then you do another tail. So once you have that one, you do the arch and then a straight little line. You're gonna do another tail that goes up like this and curves down like this. Try your best with the tails. Remember, every bird is different, so all the tails are going to look different. So it's okay if it doesn't look exactly the same. Okay, my bird is not looking exactly the same as the reference picture. Okay, if you want bigger tails, go ahead and make a bigger tail. If you want more than 3 tails, you can go ahead and do more than 3. So that's my second one. I'm going to do the same thing with the other one. So it's just like a little arch, almost like a little rainbow, and then take it down. Okay, and that's the tail. Right? Now the hair for this one is really cute. It has like a little, just like a little squiggle on the top. Now we need to do its face. It looks like it has little pink rosy cheeks also, so we'll add the detail in a second. So again, the beak is what type of shape again? Can anybody tell me? What shape is the beak? Yes, Emma, triangle. So we're gonna do an upside down triangle. So we're gonna, you see the face here, the middle portion is not, we're not gonna find the middle of the face. We're actually gonna go more to the left side because it's kind of angled, okay? So we're gonna go closer here. It's not really the center of the face. The center of the face would be here, but it's more to the side, okay? So we're gonna do a little triangle right there, and then we're gonna do its cute little eyes. So again, its eyes can be little or its eyes can be big. You choose, okay? 2 circles for the eyes, and don't forget to do the little circle inside the eye because it gives it a little bit more of a dimension and a caricature, okay? And then if you want to draw the cheeks, you're going to do just very lightly. Don't press really too hard because this is going to be watercolor. So you're going to do a light circle there for a cheek and a half circle on the other side because you're not seeing the full face, okay? So when you turn your face, you only see half your cheek. If you look at yourself right now in video, like in front of your screen, turn your face, you're not going to see your whole side of one cheek. You're only going to see the, you're only going to see part of it, okay? So that's exactly what we're doing, okay? So that's our little bird. That's our little bird right there. Now, all she needs is some hair. Okay, Isla, do you have a question, honey? Go ahead.
I haven't even started on that bird.
Okay, it's okay. It's okay. What are you doing right now? Are you painting, Isla? No? Okay, you're inking?
I messed up on all the birds I've tried to draw on that one pink one.
Oh, it's okay. Don't worry. We can do it again. Okay. I'll go step by step again. All right. Now the top of the hair, all you're going to do, it's like a wave. You're going to create a little line that goes up like this. It kind of looks like a question mark if you ask me. You're going to go up and you're going to curve like this, almost like a candy cane, like that. You're going to do that first. Curve up. And then you're going to take it in. You're going to curve it down like this. Like that. And then you're going to get a little line right there, just like that. Okay, I made mine a little bit higher than the reference picture, which is fine. But do you see that I have a little line here that's attached to the hair? I want to erase this line in between because it doesn't make sense if the line is going over the hair, okay? So I need to erase that line right there, just like that. And even if I wanted to, like let's say I wanted to get a little bit more fancy, I could add another line next to it. So then that way I could have two of these, and then I could do another one like this, almost like a peacock. And I could add another one if I wanted to. I don't have to. And just give it a little bigger hair. Okay. So it's looking kind of cute. Once you have that, then we'll work on the branches. How are we doing with these two? Let's see. Can you guys show me? Hold yours up. Anybody want to share that hasn't started painting? Looks good, Isla. Oh my God, it looks so good. Chelsea, love it. Great job. Oh, you put yours higher. Great. Mimi and Eli, great job. Oh, so cute, Mimi. All right. Great. Awesome. How are you doing, Sydney? Good? Okay. All right. So once we have our birds here, we're going to work on a branch, okay? So your branches, are branches straight? Can anybody tell me? For a tree, are branches straight? No, they aren't. I see you guys shaking your heads. No, they aren't. So the branches, it doesn't matter how you do your branch, okay? It can go up, down, sideways, whatever. It's gonna look good, okay? So you see where its feet are down here, and you see where its feet are here? Well, we wanna make sure that the branch is underneath its feet, okay? It's not floating above its head. You can create branches above its head, but you need branches that are going through its feet, okay? So do you see here, if you go underneath this, well, I'm gonna start with the left one first, and then I'm gonna attach it here, because the branch has to go under this one's claws, and then under this one, and then out. So what I'm gonna do, it doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be straight, just curve a line underneath here, under this one, and underneath this one. And do you see, because I already painted this one right here, the tail, so this right now doesn't make any sense because I already painted that. So I'm gonna have to paint, I'm gonna create a line underneath its claws right here, and I'm gonna have to paint this part right here brown for the branch, okay? Because this right now doesn't make sense because I see the tail, okay? But this is gonna be my branch underneath here. And you see this branch has to go up somehow, like this, and up here. So then that way this bird can be holding onto the branch as well. So it has to kind of curve up. So it, you see how it's underneath and it's grasping like this. It's grasping like this with its claws like this. This is what it needs to look like, okay? So I'm just gonna move my line. Again, the tree branch, it's not gonna, everyone's tree branch is gonna be different. So please don't stress out if it doesn't look like mine, okay? And then once it's underneath its claws, now you can open up the branch however you want. You can make this branch a little bit bigger and it can just curve out like this, okay? That's it. You don't have to do anything else. Now, if you want to add detail to this, you can, right? What kind of detail can you add to this branch? Can anybody tell me? Chloe and Margot, what kind of detail can I add to this branch? Cleo and Margot. Let's see, go ahead and unmute yourself. What kind of detail can I add to this branch?
You could add like lumps and bumps and like curves in it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I could add lumps and bumps. I could add other branches coming out. I can add leaves coming out of the branch, right? So I'm gonna show you that technique as well, okay? So like, let's say I wanted to split this branch here. I'm gonna show you this. So look at this picture right here. This is another bird that I found also. Do you see how the branch opens up and then there's little branches also, but then there's little tiny branches, and then that way you can do dots for like, you know, little flowers. So you can do that too. I think I might do that just to add a little bit more, you know, just effects here. So maybe I'm gonna add a branch that goes out like this. Do you see? I'm just doing lines. It's not getting fancy. It's not getting crazy. I'm just adding a few lines here. Maybe I'm gonna do a little line here, branch here, like that. Maybe I'll add one branch here, okay? Now, these are kind of looking a little bit flat to me. So if I want to, what I could do, I can just make them a little bit thicker. I don't have to make them as thick as the one that they're sitting on, but I can make them a little thinner. I mean, a little thicker, just a little bit. You see, just for some dimension, okay? Now, if I want to add one maybe going up this way, I can, just like that. And again, I'm just doing random lines. This is not like exact. This is not anything that's like perfect, okay? So I'm just spreading them out anywhere that I want, okay? I can add another little branch here that attaches to the bigger branch. So then that way I can add leaves. Now, if I wanted to add leaves to this, this is how you do it, okay? You can add leaves this way. You don't even have to draw the leaves if you don't want to. You could just do it with paint. So you can do your leaves like this, or you can do a leaf that's more like a bigger leaf like this. So you can choose your leaves, okay? They just curve, okay? And then you don't even have to add the flowers, because the flowers we can just do with the watercolor technique. And again, you don't have to add these. Go ahead. Who was talking? Go ahead.
Your video's off.
Oh, thank you. All right. Is that better? Where did my video go again? Stand by. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know why it's continuing to kick my phone out. Hold on one second. Done. Join. Okay. So once you have that, we're gonna start. I'm gonna ink mine and then I'm gonna go watercolor. Again, you don't have to ink yours. When I say we're inking, that means I'm just sharpening it. I'm just outlining it with a marker. You don't have to have that technique. For me as an artist, because I draw a lot, I love the Sharpie effect, but you can just keep yours in pencil. Like if you want yours really light, I would just stay with pencil, okay? So you can do these for leaves. You can add more leaves if you want to. It's not necessary. With your branch, you can add little lines in your branch to give it more detail. So you see what I'm doing? I'm just following the line that I have originally, and you can just make some lines here. Just if you want to really get realistic. This is like starting to get realistic here. Even though this bird doesn't look as realistic, it's more on a cartoony side. You can go ahead and make those branches realistic, okay? Now I'm gonna get my Sharpie. Now that I have this, I'm gonna get my Sharpie. I'm gonna quickly outline mine. Again, you don't have to do it like this, okay? You don't have to do it my way. But I like inking my stuff first. You could watercolor all your stuff first, and then I'm not gonna outline my heart because my heart, I'm gonna keep it light. I'm not gonna outline my cheeks either because I'm gonna keep those light as well. Just gonna outline this. Does anybody have any questions right now? Any questions? Go ahead and unmute yourself. Let me know any questions that you have. Do you need me to go over anything? I'm not gonna outline the cheeks or the heart because I'm gonna keep that light, okay? I don't really want those to be like the center focus of the piece. They're just gonna be in there, but they're gonna be lighter. So do you see how I'm just outlining? I'm not even, look, when I draw also, just so you guys know, I don't necessarily just trace right directly over the lines that I drew. Sometimes I'm like, oh, well, you know what? I want this line to go this way, or maybe I change my mind. And that's up to you as an artist. You can do whatever you want with your art. Right, Ashley? Okay, here we go.
Elizabeth, your hand camera went out.
Okay.
And somebody asked in the chat just now, hold on. They said, can they ombre now? Can they start painting?
Yeah, you can do ombre. Yeah. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna start painting in a second. I'm just finishing outlining my lines here. And you see with my leaves, I can add more detail if I want to, add little lines. Okay, I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to paint.
Elizabeth, will you spotlight your hands?
Yep, I'm spotlighting my hands now. Whoops, I'm spotlighting your face. Hold on. All right, here we go. Yay, it's looking cute. All right, so my little birdie here. Okay, and if you wanted to add any other details to your birds, like let's say they're singing, we can do that too. Like let's say I wanted to do some music notes because they're in love or they're like BFFs and they're singing to each other. You can add little music notes if you want to because they love to sing. I can do that. I'm just gonna add a few more details. Again, you can add as many details as you want here. You can add clouds in the background. You can do whatever you like. Honestly, it's, you know, you can even add like little hearts in here if you wanted to, like, you know, little friendship hearts like that. I mean, there's so much you could do with your art. It doesn't just have, you see how I took one picture and I changed it up to make it my own? So that's what I usually do. As artists, we are inspired by other people's art, right? And sometimes, you know, we do our own original, but sometimes we need to be inspired by others, okay? That's what art is all about. So I'm just gonna add some more little music notes. Again, I'm just doing this for me. You don't need to do this, okay? All right, here we go. I'm going to pick up my palette and we're gonna start painting this over. Here's my little pink bird. I'm gonna add the pink bird here so you can kind of see it as well for reference. So again, you don't have to do the bird pink, but I'm gonna keep it the way it is. Now I have white here in my palette. Now white on white, you can't really see it, but I can try, right? I'm gonna do like a light pink here. So I'm just adding, I really saturate my brush. What do I mean when I saturate my brush? That means I'm adding a lot of water and a lot of color. I'm doing a couple tries and I'm just painting my bird white here. Okay, I'm giving it a little bit of color. Like I can see it. I don't know if you guys can see my white through the screen, but I can see it a little bit. So then that way it's just not paper. Okay, Now I'm just gonna go in there, and depending on what type of brush you have, you can go ahead and really get in the corners. I'm using a flat brush. I should probably use a pointy tip brush, but it's okay. For this, we'll just go for it, okay? So I added some white everywhere on my bird, okay? It kind of looks, I think I see it in the screen. Now I'm gonna go into my palette. Like I have this type of palette, but I also have this palette. If you have a Crayola palette that doesn't have that many option of color, you could always just lighten up your red and do it over here, like put a little bit of red here. I'm gonna show you. Like if you have a smaller palette, you can put your red here. Do you see this is plastic? You can wipe it off and you can just lighten this up a little bit like that where it's a pinky, okay? So I'm gonna do the same thing. So I'm gonna use both palettes and I'm gonna add a little bit of red here, which came pink, okay? You see that? Just gonna add that. Now, if I wanted the heart to be a little bit brighter, I could just add more paint to my brush, okay? I'm gonna get my other palette because I have a couple different palettes and I'm gonna add some pinks. Do you see how my colors here in this palette, I have different shades? So I'm gonna add some pink here. And I can even add purple. So for this one, I'm gonna add a lighter pink on the top. I need to add more water. Now, if my pink is too bright and that's not the color I want, I'm gonna go ahead and just add some water to make it lighter. Now that pink, I'm gonna add a little bit of purple. I'm gonna add a purple tone, like almost like a magenta. And now I'm gonna add some magenta and I'm gonna add maybe a darker purple. Do you see that? And I'm just gonna go in here. That's too much color. So I'm gonna water this down a little bit and then just try to just like move my brush a little bit circular way. So then that way it creates almost like an ombre effect instead. Because right now it looks really harsh, but it's okay. You see? You see how it creates a line? I want it to transition a little better. So I'm gonna get a little bit more pink and I'm gonna try to transition this a little bit better. I'm gonna dip my brush in water again. I'm gonna grab my pink and I'm gonna, do you see what I'm doing? I'm kind of just moving this down a little bit. That looks a little bit better. It's a lot of water on here, so if you have a paper towel, you can always dab this. If not, you can just keep it like that, okay? I also have this little wing that needs to be pink, so I'm gonna add some pink here, and I'm gonna add a little pink right here, and I'm just gonna, you can either use your brush like this, or you can just do circular motion on your brush, which is what I'm doing. I'm just giving it a little bit. And you gotta be careful, like with your paper. I don't know if you guys notice this, but when you have a lot of water on your paper, it tends to kind of rip sometimes, depending on the paper that you have, okay? So you just gotta be careful with watercolor and paper. If you're using watercolor, like true watercolor paper, your paper's not gonna rip because the paper's so thick. But if you're using like a mixed media paper that like I'm using, my paper's gonna start to rip in a bit. So I just have to be really careful with what I'm doing. Do you see with the pink of the heart right here? I'm gonna just give it a little darker tone of pink. So then that way I can have some dimension on my heart. So I'm basically just kind of outlining my pink with a little bit darker, or I just put a little bit more paint on my brush. So it just gives it a little bit of dimension. Now I just need to add the cheeks. I'm gonna add a little bit more paint on my brush and I gotta be careful here so it doesn't smear everywhere. And then I have a little cheek here, whoops, which was supposed to be half, like that, okay? And then it's little hair right here. I can add some purple tone. Do you see how this one's a little darker? This one's a little brighter, and I'm gonna add a little bit of darker purple to make this one darker. Do you see there's 3 different shades of pink now on this? Okay. And then with its feet right here, I'm gonna do orange. How are we doing over here? Let's see. You don't need to raise your papers because I know it's if it's dripping. Hold on one second. Go ahead, Jade. I'm gonna ask you to unmute. Let me see, share. Go ahead.
So
Let me spot.
I'm not done,
Okay.
but I drew a tree and 2 birds.
There you go. Cute. I love it. Looks so good.
Thank you.
Make sure you add another longer branch for its, or is the bird flying in the air? If it's flying in the air, no problem. If not, extend another branch out.
It's flying.
Okay, great. It looks amazing. Thank you for sharing, Jade.
Welcome.
Awesome. Love it. Okay. Anybody else want to share? Okay. All right. Here we go. So now that I have my bird almost done, I need to, what's left of the bird? I need its eyes. I need its eyes. I also need what's missing that I haven't colored. Oh, the other wing. So the side wing, I didn't get to color yet. I'm going to do a little bit of pink here on this side, and I'm just going to add some pink here. You see that one's too bright. I put too much paint on this one, and so I need to just get my brush and kind of massage it a little bit. I'm going to do the same thing here. I need a little bit of paint for my beak. Just a little bit. A little goes a long way, guys. A little goes a long way. Now, if I didn't want this bird white like this, I could change her up and just change it and add some pink and make her body kind of like his, where it's a more like a pink ombre effect if I wanted to. I could do that. Maybe I'll add some pink instead, just so she's a little bit more colorful. Maybe if I wanted to add, I think I might just do, and again, I don't have to do all of it. I could maybe just get like little areas of her body that I want to do pink, or a little bit. You see, and I'm just moving my brush around like this a little bit. It's up to you. And maybe I'm just gonna add a little dimension here for her head, just so she has a little bit more color. Okay, just like that. Whoops. Again, all your art is going to look very different, and that's great. All of us are very unique in our styles. All right, so that's eyes here. I'm going to just color in with my Sharpie black. You could just use your black watercolor if you want. I like it. I like when it pops a lot with the marker. That's just me. I'm going to do its nose a little bit here, just a little darker. And now with the branches and everything, I'm going to go ahead and just go for my brown and a little bigger brush. And I'm just going to go ahead and add my brown here. What color can I do for the sky, guys? Anybody unmute themselves and let me know? What color can I do for the sky? Let's see. Let me call on somebody. Let's see. Everybody's in it. Isla, go ahead, honey.
Blue.
Blue. I can do blues. Or how about this? How about this, guys? I could do, yes, Chelsea, a sunset. You can do a sunset. You can do an ombre effect in the background. You don't have to just keep it. You don't have to just keep it one solid color. Like, let's say I wanted to do a sunset. Now,
Elizabeth,
yeah,
can I see mine?
Oh, beautiful. Hold on, Kaya. Let me spotlight you, honey. Hold on one second. Go ahead. Oh, that's so good. Oh, you did 3. I love it. I love it. It looks so good, Kaya. Great job, honey.
I'm not done with the blue quite yet.
Okay, no problem. It looks beautiful, though. Beautiful. Awesome. Anybody else want to share? Go ahead, Cleo and Margot. You want to share? Go ahead. Go ahead.
So I'm not done. I need to color in this leaf still.
I'm not done. I need to still color in this flower.
And I also need to do the blue background, but I did flowers in the tree, different textures for the tree, and I like to do 2 birds.
I love it. Oh, it's so good. I love that you guys added flowers on the bottom. That's great. You gave it a different perspective. I love that. Great job. Great job, ladies. Great job. Anybody else want to share? Anybody else? Okay. So I'm going to spotlight my hands again, and we're going to finish this off. Ooh, hold on. Someone was sharing. Chelsea, let me see. Hold on. Ask unmute, and spotlight video. Oh, that's so cute, Chelsea. Hold it up one more time. Let's see. Hold up your video. It's okay. Hold up your picture one more time so we can see it. I love it. I love it. It looks so good, Chelsea. Great job, honey. Great job. Great job. Okay. So I'm going to go back to my hands and then we're going to finish this off. Okay. So you see I've gotten this far. You see with the greens, I can add different shades of greens for my leaves. I don't have to just keep it the one color. I can do a darker shade, a lighter shade. Okay. And I can make them. Now with my background, I can do different shades of blue, or I can do like a sunset, which are like oranges, yellows, and blues, or I can do like purples. But this is purple. These are blues. So maybe I'll go for yellow first. I'm gonna get my yellow palette. I'm gonna do yellow here on the top. Now this is gonna take a minute. Sometimes you need a bigger brush for your background, but it's okay. I'm gonna make this work. Here we go. So I really wanna add a lot of water to my brush and a lot of paint. I'm gonna really make this nice and bright, a bright, bright, bright yellow. Okay. And really get in there with I'm gonna do layers here. Here's my yellow. And let's say, for example, I want to color my hearts red after, I could do that. So right now I'm just going to go for the background first, and I'm going to do a little ombre effect with the background. Sunset. Okay. I'm just going to add yellow. I'm going to almost kind of create like a line. Like part of this, the top part is going to be yellow, and then I'm going to transition to another color. Okay. What I can do is transition this into now a lighter orange. And you see I'm gonna go over the yellow a little bit so it just doesn't look like a line that's going right at it. And then I just lighten my brush a little bit. You see I'm gonna go above it so then that way it transitions a little better. So you kind of see and I'm gonna add a little darker orange. Like that. You see how it's now transitioning a little bit better? I'm gonna just create that line. Okay. Gonna get a little bit more color on my brush. You see this is really, really dark right there. So now I need to just add some water and just work it in there. Like that. Just like that. Okay. This is looking good. How are we doing over here, my friends? How are we doing? Good. I know we're going a little bit over, but we're gonna almost finish here. Now remember, if you don't finish right now before we end, remember you have all the time in the world to go ahead and just finish your piece, okay? You don't have to rush it. That's the thing about art. You never really want to rush your art. Right now I'm just helping just with technique right there. Do you see the different colors? And again, I didn't have to use yellow and orange. If I wanted to, I could have used blues. I could have used different shades of blues, or I could have used purples. I could have made the background any color that I want. I could have used blues. I mean, really any color. I'm gonna just go a little higher here with this color. Here on the bottom, let's say I wanted to add some red tones instead. Let's see, maybe some red tones here on the bottom. There we go. I think I want to do some reds or maybe some pinks. I'm going to get to brighter red here. Need to saturate my brush here. Do you see that? Oh, looking good, Isla. Great job, honey. Great job. Great job, guys. Jade, how are you doing, sweetheart? Good. Let me see. Go ahead and unmute yourself. How are you doing, sweetheart?
So I did a little more.
Okay, let's see.
So I did this like you because I thought it really looked nice.
Hold on, let me spotlight you, sweetheart. Hold on 1 second. Go ahead.
I did this because you did it and it looks really nice.
Ah, that looks so good.
And I did that.
Love it. Aw, it's so cute. Good job, honey. Good job. You guys are such phenomenal artists. I love it. I love teaching art. This is beautiful. Great job, everybody. Okay, so we're wrapping up to our last of it here. And then I'm gonna quickly have you guys share. If you guys wanna share, I'm just adding a little bit. You see how I'm changing this to reds? I'm gonna add a little bit of orange. Some of my reds are a little really bright, so I'm gonna add a little bit of orange and yellow to it, just so it kind of matches, because right now it looks like it's like, boom, yellow, and then orange, and then like bright red. And I want it to transition a little better than that. So I'm gonna just add a little more of my other color right now. And let's see. What did you guys think of this activity today? Honest feedback. I love getting feedback from kids. So then that way it helps me as a teacher. What did you guys think? Was it an easy project? Was it a little challenging? Anybody want to share?
I liked this project.
You liked it?
Yeah, I liked it more than the salt one.
Yeah. Yeah, so Wednesday, guys, so Wednesday we're going to be doing the salt one. And I'll show you 2 ways to do salt. You could do a regular piece that's like this and then just throw salt on it also to give it some texture. But yeah, these are really cool. So look, go ahead.
May I show mine? Like,
yeah, of course. Of course.
Just right before class ends.
Yes, yes. So do you see, look, I'm showing you guys really quickly. You see how I added the reds here? I'm adding a little bit of, I put some orange on my brush right now. So I'm mixing the orange with the red. So then that way it doesn't look such like a harsh transition where it's going from, you know, right to red. It's going now to like an orangey red, okay? And that's it, look. Now that I'm done, but it doesn't have to stop there. Like, let's say I wanted to add some flowers, and let's say I wanted to do maybe some purple flowers here. I could just add like little dots here, or like push my brush down like this and add little flowers to the trees that look like this. Look, just like that. And just fill the branches. You see what I'm doing? I don't know if you guys, can you guys see that? Look, I'm just adding like little petals like coming out of the branch like this, like that. And I could add little flowers of different colors if I wanted to the branches, okay? You don't have to. Again, this is just something extra. If you want to do it, you can, but you don't have to, okay? And that's it. This is the lesson, guys. This is it, okay? So who wants to share before we hop off, my friends? Anyone want to share?
Okay, I'm just gonna share what I've done.
Here, let me spotlight you. Let's see, Violet, hold on, let me spotlight you, honey. Oh, so cute. Oh, I love that you used like almost like that it's singing and it's coming, the music notes are coming out of its mouth. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
I love the hair. I love it. I love it. Great job. Love it. Awesome. Okay. Who else? Oh, Sarah. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Let me spotlight you, honey. Go ahead. You can unmute yourself.
It's actually Hannah.
Okay, Hannah. That is so cute. I love that you added the sun. Oh, the hearts. I love that. Great job. Did you like doing this activity, Hannah? Awesome. Great job, sweetheart.
Thank you.
Painting. Love it. Who else wants to share? Go ahead, Cleo and Margot. Go ahead, honey.
I finished mine now. I finished mine. I finished it. I did a sunset, and the trees are all like lit up, and the 2 little birds are watching the sunset together.
I love it. Great job, guys. Oh,
those red things are like some nice hearts.
I love it. You guys are amazing. Love, love, love. Anybody else want to share? Mimi and Eli, do you guys want to share before we hop off? Let me spotlight you guys. Hold on one second. Hold it up. Oh, so cute. Awesome. If it's still wet, be careful because it's going to drip. Oh, that looks so good. Great job, everybody. Great job, Mimi, Eli. Great job.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Anybody else want to share? Emma, Are you still painting? Yeah, okay. All right. Oh, hold on, let me spotlight you. Oh, that looks so beautiful, Emma. I love it. I love that you did all the different colors of the background. That's so good.
Mine is finished now.
So good. Okay, let me see. Let's see, Jade. Hold on, spotlight you, honey. Oh, adorable. Yes, I love it.
You do it however you want.
So cute. Good job, Jade. Okay, Isla, go ahead, honey. Go ahead.
When are we gonna be done?
We're done. We're just sharing. All right, Clara and Vivian, do you guys want to share before we leave? We're gonna hop off. Clara and Vivian. Okay, do you guys want to share? Oh, hold on. Let me spotlight you, Clara.
I kind of.
I love it.
Thank you.
So good, honey. So good. Awesome. Thank you for sharing. Vivian, no thanks? Okay, no problem. All right, guys, hold on. I hope you guys had a great time today, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Wednesday, we're going to do salt art. Make sure you guys have your supplies. Your parents have the list. You need glue, you need salt, and you need your watercolors and water. All right, guys. All right, everybody. I'll see you guys. If you guys are hopping on for 11 o'clock class, you guys can hop on to snack. If you don't have an 11 o'clock class, you can still join us for snack time. Just get the code and sign in. All right. I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Have a great one, everybody. Bye. Bye, guys. Keep painting. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.